is known for having some very vocal fans, and nearly 70,000 of them are letting their voices be heard already. Welcome inside Lincoln Financial Field.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Jake Elliott is out and ready to kick this one away. And away we go at the link. And this will be a touchback, so we're going to need our first snap to see the first action of this game. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10. Drive begins with a run. It's Robinson. Oh, he gets clobbered behind the line.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Penix here from the gun. Nothing there left side as it ends up incomplete. That throw intended for Drake London. And things look tougher now with 3rd and long.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
And that's a win for the pass rush. Hit as he threw it, leads to the incompletion. 4th down coming up.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
And he's going to get a modest amount on that return before he ends up out of bounds. Call that a 64-yard punt officially. And the Eagles will take possession. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Right to the air, it's Hurts. And his first offering of the game winds up incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
Second down, Hurts throwing again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
Pretty clear here by these 2 play calls. The offense, they wanted to attack this secondary in the passing game. But this defense, well, they more than respond. It's got them in great shape to make a stand right here on 3rd down and finish off a brisk 3 and out to begin the game.
Whiteout's getting involved in the ground game. And it's a nice gain, but still not enough for the first.
Kid, it just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
Hurts now on 4th. That's cut beyond the marker. And he's out of bounds beyond the 35-yard line. That's a clutch 7-yard pickup, and it pays off the call to go for it on 4th down.
Oh, so close to getting off the field. But the 4th down conversion keeps that defense out there. That was their shot to end this possession, to sit on the bench, to get their breath. But now they're going to have to buckle down and force another 4th down.
They run it with Saquon Barkley. And that's only 1 yard up the middle. Going to be 2nd down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
That's caught. It's Saquon Barkley. That goes as a gain of 25 yards and picks up the first.
So many cool fundamentals on display right there, Kate. Look the ball in your hands, number one. Don't turn your eyes away from it before it gets to you. And And when you've got that catch secured, snap that head forward and find that space upfield to turn a good play into a great play.
First down, a run with Barkley. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Stopped by Grady Jarrett. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
Brings up 2nd and 4.
Great, set, Hilton.
Now a give, it's Brown headed right. And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
All right, still scoreless through 1 quarter, but that looks like it's going to change pretty soon. Couple of zeros on the board right now. We'll return to the link right after this. We're back and excited to start the second. Eagles in a nice spot to put up points. Timeout taken by the Eagles. That's going to be their first. And they'll have 2 left to work with here in the first half. Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he is into the end zone for a Philadelphia touchdown. The Eagles get the game's first points here in the second. Saquon Barkley, the touchdown. For the offense, you gotta love it, Brock. Points to begin the game as he runs it in for an opening drive touchdown.
And you've got one very happy running back right over there on the sideline right now. These backs, they do feel the pressure to find the end zone every single week. It's not easy to do. But to do it this early and get out of the way, big time.
Point after added on by Elliott. And they add one on to their first touchdown of the contest. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. To the air with Penix. Completes. It's Bijan Robinson. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. And the 3rd and short in your back pocket, and get even more aggressive and take that shot.
We've got a screen to the running back. And he's tackled after getting this to the opposing 46. Moving quickly, trying to get set again. So early movement from the backfield, Brock. They jumped the gun a bit, and that brings out the flag. There was a blitz coming, and that got somebody to panic and jump early. It cost them 5 yards. They're set back 5 by that false start. Now 15 yards to the marker.
19,
Running it after the penalty. And he gets some good yardage down to the 42. Offense in the hurry up here. On 2nd down, Robinson. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I love this, Kate. No issues at all going to this receiver in the short field because they know at any time when this man touches the ball, he can transform a short completion into a big play.
They'll break the huddle and come up on 1st and goal. Here's Robinson. And he's got them down to the doorstep inside the 5. Call it a handful on that run. Now it's 2nd and goal from the 4. Robinson. And he's just spinning his wheels, man, this entire first half. They drop him behind the line. Timeout taken by the defense. Their 2nd. Putting a receiver in motion. Has it in close. Touchdown, Atlanta. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
That one splits the uprights. And the Falcons tie this game 7-7. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. From his own end zone, here we go. They crush him right along the 20. That is where their offense is going to take over. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10.
Great, set.
Hurts setting up to throw. Buying some time right. And he'll be met near the line to limit the game to a yard. David Onyemata there for the stop.
Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
That's caught by A.J. Brown. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. The Eagles decide to spend their 3rd and final timeout. And that's all they've got for what little remains of this half. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Hurts now from the gun. Well, the pressure nearly got to him, but still a good play defensively as that one falls incomplete.
And this is why scouts talk about a player's closing speed, Kate. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released. And that sure altered the throw.
This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down.
The trajectory of that ball changes while it's in flight. I'll tell you this, Kate, on shorter throws, these receivers are so good to adjust, can still bring it in. But over a long distance, a tip like that alters the course of the ball, and it sure makes it tough to adjust in time.
And this won't be caught. Clock is going to stop. We've got 14 seconds to go. Trying to find A.J. Brown. So that brings up 4th and long. The Eagles are in punt formation. Avery Williams returning this for the Falcons. And this one is crushed. Wow, beautiful punt here. That is going to go for 60 plus.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
They've got 1st and 10, Brock, but time for maybe 2 plays at most if they even want to try anything. He's back to throw. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Tough one to retain through that hit. So it'll be 2nd down. One last play before the break. Not taking any risks here, keeping this one on the ground. And he doesn't get much there on what turns out to be the final play of the half. Welcome back, everybody. Kate Scott, Brock Huard with you as we're about set to begin the 3rd quarter. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. He'll bring it out from the middle of the end zone. And he's wishing he left this one in the end zone, Brock, as he goes out of bounds short of the 25. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10.
Good, set. No,
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he pushes forward, but they don't get much there. He gets a couple on 1st, and they'll come up 2nd and 8.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Good, set. No,
They'll try it right with Brown. And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain.
That's just a good play to mix up what you're doing and keep that defense guessing. The execution, that's pretty well done too, creating the space for a solid pickup.
Barkley's got it. And he's brought down after a short gain.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the 1st down.
Less than a yard needed here on 4th.
no, set.
And the QB keeps it on the sneak. And he will get the 1st as they touch him down.
One thing you cannot say, Kate, about this offense is they're not bold. That was a bold decision, one they trusted the big guys up front, and they moved the sticks.
No,
On 1st down, Hurts. He's on the move. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, it falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down.
no, set. No,
Throwing here, Hurts. Headed out right. Oh, shouldn't let that one go. It's intercepted. And he's gonna go. It's a pick 6. Thrown at the depth where linebackers come into play in coverage, partner, and sure enough, one of them jumps it and takes it to the house.
You say that. You know what I think about? I think about the depth finder on my fishing boat. You're absolutely right. This is where these linebackers love to lurk and could do some serious damage.
Koo with the extra point. And the Falcons break that tie and now lead by 7.
Eagles 7. Bradley Pinion is set to kick off.
A quick chance at redemption after that pick 6 as it's sent away. From well into the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And they've got a long field ahead, Brock. Got to him early on the return and laid a big hit on him. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
18-yard line.
Good, set. No,
On the play fake, it's Hurts. He rolls to his right. Goddard makes the catch. And he'll get it up to the 27.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the 1st down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset. 1st and 10, ball set up at the 48.
Good, set. No,
At the 48-yard line.
Handoff now to the receiver. Crosses the 35, room for more. 16 yards on the play. And that's good for an Eagles 1st down.
That's another.
So we're through 3 here. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32.
Good, set.
Motioning one of the tight ends. Straight ahead, here's Barkley. And that carry only nets one on the plunge up the gut.
The only thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
At the Falcons, 30.
Here we go, 2nd and 9. Able to get it to Barkley. It's a gain of 12 there. And that's a Philadelphia first down.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Escapes the pocket. He's keeping it. And he gets this forward to the 19.
It's one of those situations, not much to be had there no matter what he did with the ball. Even if he scraped a positive gain out of it, that's still a win and a confidence builder for this defense.
That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything, and they just did.
Great, set.
He'll throw it. Flushed out of the pocket. Throw right side, caught by Goddard. And they make the stop as that play reaches the 14-yard line.
Feet and eyes, Kate. Feet and eyes. They so often tell the story of every position on the field. When that quarterback's feet and eyes move to his secondary read, and so often it's a tight end, well, it's incumbent on that defense to fly to the ball. You want to make that tackle, force the 4th down? It took a great defensive effort to do it.
This one's caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. So they punch it in for 6, Brock, and now a conversion away from tying this game back up.
This one just has the feel, doesn't it? The makings of a one-score game in the 4th quarter that could go either way.
The kick is good, so this game now hinging on every possession as we're tied up in the 4th.
Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McLeod now returning it. And this drive will start inside the 25.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Here's Robinson up the middle. And not a lot of room for him as he's brought down. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9. So that brings us to the 2-minute warning in Philly. Falcons want to end it in regulation if they can. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Another carry for Robinson. And he found some running room for a nice gain. 7 yards on the run, that sets up an easily attainable 3rd and 1. Complete beyond the marker. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset. Wary of the clock here, Brock, but at least all their timeouts are still available. It's 1st and 10. A give left side. Here's Robinson. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain. It's a 4-yard pickup, and that's going to bring up 2nd and 6.
They'll come away happy getting that type of output on most run plays. It's a sign that they're getting some good push up front, and this running back is seeing the lanes and paying them off.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Setting up to pass. Got it, man. Robinson has it. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. An entire game coming down to the leg of Younghoe Koo. And with 2 seconds remaining in our contest, we're going to see what both teams decide to do with this final play. Now it all comes down to the veteran, confidently marching out for this moment. Ball on the right hash, 48 yards out. A big kick is no good. It's well to the left there. And things just got even more exciting here in overtime, folks.
End of regulation with the score all time. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
And hopefully this conclusion will be just as exciting as our opening 4 quarters. The kick is away here in overtime. McCloud now returning it. Returns looking good so far. They'll begin from the 36 as the returner's brought down.
Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10.
18 Cardinal, 18 Cardinal.
Robinson on the inside give. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, Kate, during draft season, I was talking to an NFL GM, and he said, you know what, in time, we're going to realize tackles for loss are just as big a deal as sacks. Sacks get so much of the popularity. Tackles for loss, when you knock that offense backwards, I promise you, in time, we'll be keeping a closer eye on plays like that one.
Staying with Robinson. And he takes this in to the 40-yard line before going down. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6. From the shotgun, Penix. Into traffic, complete. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. A very productive play from the rookie QB out of Washington. That gets them a first down. Play action, here's Penix. He beams one, deep right side. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. That one intended for Drake London, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. And they're going to bring him down after a good gain to the 40. 7 yards on the carry. Now they've got 3rd and 3. From the gun, it's Robinson. And the defense was ready. They got him at the line. Got to hurry this to the line. Now to throw. Oh, it's the screen. Pass complete. He's still going at the 30. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. They stun the defense with a gain of 14 on 4th down and pick up the first.
To this day, I can still see the faces of the big guys in the huddle. When you call a screen like that, instead of them just getting knocked backwards, they get to be salesmen. They get to push those linemen downfield and then tee off and go hit somebody like they did right there.
And they'll stop him after a short pickup to the 24. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. A toss now to Robinson. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Hey, range is not an optional feature for middle linebackers in today's game. It's a prerequisite for the job. And this guy definitely has it. Followed that play from the start, and he ended it with a loss.
So we still can't decide a winner in this one. Let's reset that clock and do it all over again. What do you say? Another overtime is coming your way. So a tough spot now. This is 3rd and 9.
There we go, set.
Here's a give to Robinson. And he makes it to the start of the red zone down at the 20. 6 yards on the play gives them 4th and short. We'll see what they choose to do.
A humble 5 to 6 yard gain on the ground. Not a huge gain, not a game-changing play by any means, but one that keeps you on schedule and takes some of the starch out of that front seven.
He finds him beyond the marker. And he's into the end zone for an Atlanta touchdown. The Falcons claim a 6-point lead. Koo on now for the extra point. The extra point is good, and that's a big one. Now their defense just has to defend a 7-point lead here in overtime. Out to kick it away, here's Pinion. Chooses to bring this one out. Good looking return here, and he's got room. And he brought this one almost to midfield before he's tackled.
When you get contributions like that out of your kickoff returner, it is such a boost to an offense. This is about showing no fear, hitting the lane hard, a determined run back, and setting your offense up with great field position.
And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug of war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
They'll put one of the tight ends in motion. On second down, here's Barkley. And he's going to be brought down after reaching the 43. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down.
You know, coach gets in that QB's headset, probably told his offense and his QB, listen, I don't want to see a third down on this possession, or something kind of like that. Whatever version he told him, it worked.
And it's a really nice gain on the reverse. That call came at the perfect time. Pickup of 12 on that play. And that's good for an Eagles first down. Barkley trying this up the gut. And he's brought down for a loss. Back to the line they go. It's second down. A play fake. Now Hurts to throw. Catch is made down the right sideline. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that first down.
You know, Kate, you'll find teams go to this crossing route concept sometimes a dozen times a game. A lot of times it's for shorter yardage, but sometimes things break in the right coverage for a much bigger impact play, just like that.
And the defense not caught off guard at all. They track him down after a small gain. Second down now, 7 to go.
Brings up 2nd and 7 at the Falcons' 8-yard line.
On the handoff, it's Barkley. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short third down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Might be trying to power this across, Brock. They've got 3 tight ends out there. It's 1st and goal. He's going to keep this one. And he's going to be touchdown right at the line, so no gain on the play.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
The Falcons take a timeout to their final one. And they'll be unable to stop the clock again here in overtime. The nose of the football inside the 1. Here's 2nd and goal.
Great. Set.
Now pitch it to Barkley. And he can't find the lane before being wrapped up at the line. The makings of a goal line stand here. No gain on the run, and now it's 3rd and goal.
Well, now things get a little dicey for this offense. 1 down left before a big decision to make. Do you continue to try running it against a front that stopped you, or are you now forced to put the ball in the air?
Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout, as they'll be left with just 1 more to work with here in OT. They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. He keeps it himself. And he's in for the touchdown. The Eagles cut it to a lone point on the scoreboard. Jalen Hurts with the touchdown on a quarterback sneak to the end zone. Elliott on now to attempt a point after. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Eagles tie this game at 21. Elliott's all set for the kickoff. McCloud now returning it. And look at this return. They track him down, but a nice return in the end there, Brock. He's up to the 38.
The Falcons take over first and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
The Falcons in good field position here as they start out first and 10. They go play action. Here's Penix. Able to hit Robinson, complete. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Well, this is just the game that never ends, it seems. That overtime is in the books. It is time to flip the field and start another one as we wait for a winner. First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now he'll throw off the play fake. Pass is caught, that's Darnell Mooney. And he's down inside the red zone before hitting the deck. They'll get 18 yards there. And the Falcons will have a first.
19, Tiger, 19. Come on, go.
On the give, here's Robinson. And he's short of the first after a mild gain. Give him 5 on that carry, bringing up 2nd and 5. Here's Robinson. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play. Driven backward to the 11 as they line up for 2nd and goal. Penix here from the gun. This one is tipped away and incomplete. Good positioning to make a play on it. That forces 3rd down. Penix working from the gun. It's tipped away and it's going to hit the ground incomplete. Defender winning that rep. That brings up 4th down. Trying for it with Penix. And he's going to go down. They get to him on 4th and goal and complete the defensive stand.
I'm going to guess a little deal was cut there by these pass rushers in the huddle. You guys in the secondary, just buy us a little time. We don't need perfect coverage. Just tighten things up so we can get home, and boy, did they ever in a big moment.
Starting on the ground here with Barkley. And he found some running room for a nice gain. It's an 8-yard pickup, and they're going to have 2nd and 2 next.
8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
Shotgun snap for Hurts. That's into the hands of Barkley. And he'll go down after pushing this up to the 29. Philadelphia going to spend its 2nd timeout. They're now set for 1st and 10. Receiver gets it again. Man, they're keeping him busy. Big gain, has them across the 40. The 30. Gets the 10. He does it. Touchdown, Philadelphia. The Eagles go up by 6. It's a Devontae Smith touchdown. So beneath the chorus of Fly, Eagles Fly, it's a win for the Eagles. And it took some extra effort, Brock, some bonus football before they were finally able to separate from the opposition and earn that hard-fought victory. And with Brock Huard and our EA Sports crew, I'm Kate Scott saying so long from this one. The Eagles are winners as we say so long from Philadelphia.